Hey guys, today I'm drawing Miguel from COCO. I know this movie came out like a while ago, I think back in November, but I am drawing it now because I just recently saw the movie and I thought it was really good. I was going to do this drawing when the movie came out, but I figured I'd wait till I saw it, and I'll be honest, I thought it was going to be sooner, but it ended up being in February. But that's okay because now I am drawing it. So I just want to start talking about this drawing because it's a lot different than what I've been doing lately on my channel, because mostly what I have been doing is a lot of studies and not really my own original paintings. Technically they are because I paint them, but it's a lot of color picking and trying to match things up, so it was really refreshing to do something more original this week. So one thing I did that I've never done before was choosing my colors using like one base color. If you've seen some of my videos, you know I usually start out with just a white background when I'm coloring, but this time, as you can see, I started with a purple background. And when I was choosing my colors, I chose the color that I thought might look good, and then when it didn't look good, inevitably, I would reduce its opacity and put it against the purple, and then pretty much immediately it would fit in a lot better. And I used a complementary color scheme of yellow and purple as the main lighting contrast in this, so the dark parts are purple, the light parts are yellow, because the background is dark and it's purple, and the light part is yellow. I don't know where I was going with that, but in case you're wondering, he's holding like that flower petal thing that does something that I can't remember. I don't know. I shouldn't have explained that. It probably makes less sense. And I drew a bunch more because there was a lot of empty space in the top left of the canvas, and at first, it was a lot of empty space, but then later in the drawing I do crop it. But there was still a big blank open area, and it kind of drew your eye to it instead of to the actual painting. So I just made a line of the flower petal things, so then your eye would follow the line to his face, which is the focal point. And I've never really focused too much on that before, but it was really interesting how it works. So I'll try to keep that in mind in the future. And you can see I'm doing that right now, so I cropped it, and then now I'm adding the other flower petals. So I really like how it turned out. I love how I have more darker tones in the background, so then when I do not even a fully saturated orange, it still looks really bright. So I'm happy about that. Now I'm working on refining things. Another thing I experimented with this one is a lot of different light sources. Instead of just having one main light source and then one shadow source, like how I do maybe in my comics or, some of my older illustrations, I have light from the flower petals all around him, but then other places like the edges of his sweatshirt and his hair, they really reflect the purple around him, and I love how that incorporates him into the painting. So I'm happy with that. I guess right now I'm just working on refining things. The individual part that took the longest was definitely that skeleton hand, and I'm worried that even now you can't really tell what it is, but I'm gonna pretend you can, and if you can't, it's a skeleton hand. There you go. Now you can. So I'm just refining that. That also was working with complementary colors because, the bone pretty much is a gray, but I moved it towards the purple because it would be reflecting light, and because then I could use the complementary yellowish orange to make a complementary color scheme, which for some reason looks really good, and I don't know. It was really fun to use. I've used purple and yellow before, but I feel like I should experiment with more, like a red-green one. That might be interesting. I'm kind of talking to myself, but I guess I am anyways, because this is a microphone. So yeah, I'm finishing up with that, and then there should be just only a few other details that I add before I'm finished. Oh, I did go back because it was a lot of purple and yellow, and I add a little bit of gray in areas to kind of make sure you can still tell what color it is. So I'm just refining the flower petals in the background. At first I was going to leave them simple, but I wasn't really liking it. Then I add like airbrush so it looks like they're glowing, and that is pretty much it. So here is the finished illustration. Bye!